What's up, everybody?
Good job.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
I had to rehearse that for a while.
Taylor, you're obsolete. Taylor, you've become obsolete.
I've been waiting a week for that.
So this is another episode of After Dark. The whole crew's back together here, all three of us.
All three of us, guys.
Yeah, all three of us. The first time in a while. We have myself, Kevin. We have Ian and Mason here as well.
Yep.
And we're just gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
have
man.
a good time today.
It's After Dark, guys.
Yeah, After Dark, man.
Some 6 p.m.
Tomfoolery is about to commence.
Antics will
Commence is what you're going for.
I almost said
You
consume.
almost said consume. I know.
Consume?
But hey, I mean, this
Guys, I'm gonna go. I just came here for the air horn.
Dude, you have all the M and N
go.
and
Yeah,
E.
I don't-
and
So close.
I just-
so very
I'm
close.
just gonna not.
brain farts happen all the time, bro.
So
Yeah.
in After Dark, we kind of decided that we don't want to go too far in the vulgar kind of
Whatever.
area. Too much dick talk.
I got yelled at for
Poop
talking
talk.
about dicks too much. The poop thing was
it's
Kevin's
not.
fault.
Yeah,
Which is ridiculous.
it's just just try not to keep it PG, but like at least rated R.
PG.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Let's
hilarious.
not make
No
it like
NC-17?
NC-17 kind of bullshit happening. But yeah, so today let's just start with something random.
Okay.
I just purchased a little fidget spinner, and I think it's the coolest shit in the world.
See, here's the problem. This is an audio podcast. They can't see it. What's it called?
It's
so they can look it up.
I just
It's
said
called a
fidget
fidget
spinner.
spinner.
I know what you said. I barely speak English. How was I supposed to know that what you
fidget
called it was what it's
spinner.
actually called?
What?
That is what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I think that's what it's called.
Jesus.
I got the brand is Blue Horn is what I got. Blue Horn fidget spinner. But yeah, it's the coolest shit ever. You just kind of spin it in your hand. It's like the new thing right now.
Yeah,
It's like
fidget
the fad.
cubes and fidget spinners.
Yeah, and like all the fucking instant it's a cultural thing. I think it's like because everyone's just so used
amped
to
up.
amped up, like just so used to getting instant gratification that everyone claims they have ADHD. You know, like there's some people that do have it. I get that.
Yeah, I
But
actually seriously think I have it.
Yeah, really?
Well, because I know for a fact my dad has it.
Oh, really?
Like, I swear to God, I have it.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, we all have it to a degree.
Yes.
Humans,
You just
in
have
general,
it.
just.
Do you think it's like a
Because we're surrounded by so much
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Like your phone, if you want something, click it and you get it instantly.
Yeah,
you know?
well,
like,
we were just
instant
watching YouTube and
gratification.
we saw the same advertisement for Call of Duty like 15 times.
Yeah.
And like, for me, it's like, I'm instantly like, skip it, go, move.
Yeah. It's like a 10 second.
It's only 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's 15
But like, it just drives me crazy.
No, yeah.
Ian, we don't talk about video games on this
Well,
podcast.
No, we do a little
Well,
bit.
and that wasn't
No.
about Call of Duty at all.
We
I was
specifically
using
told you
the
not to bring up video
advertising.
games before
Specifically
we started
told you.
recording.
We told you the rules.
I feel like Mason right now going, no,
Yeah,
that
welcome to
never
my
happened.
whole life, Ian.
But yeah, fidget spinner is legit.
It's dope.
It's like the only thing that keeps me sane during work.
I got to
every
play
day.
with it.
Yeah.
Cassie, go ahead.
Yeah. You were about to have an orgasm this morning.
I did. No, I
handed-
did. I
You
literally
did?
can't.
Okay, you did.
But we
Yeah.
can't talk about cum anymore because Kevin
Okay.
wants it to be rated G. So Cassie bought me a bunch of those fidget cubes.
A bunch, as in
no,
like.
like multiple. I have 4 of them.
Why
Like,
the
I
fuck?
think
Why the fuck?
Beca-
For one for
because-
each like
look, check it out.
appendage.
one for everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So I don't go many places.
Yeah.
I have 3 total.
I go 4 places.
Ever? There's one in a Taco Bell.
He's like, actually, in fact, there's 2 at home. There's 1 in the living room, 1 in the bathroom.
That's
Yeah.
not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so she got me 3 of them. I have 1 at work, 1 in my truck, and 1 at home.
Okay.
Which is the only places I go.
Yeah.
The reason for that is she's trying to get me to stop biting my nails.
I
I've
see.
always been a nail biter.
Okay.
It's not something I even know I'm doing anymore.
Yeah.
I just do it, and
Yeah.
it sucks. But it kind of helped for a while. They do give me something to do. It didn't unfortunately stop the problem, but yeah, I have one of those where the cubes are cool. If you haven't seen them, like one side's
Yes.
a pen clicker, the other side's like a light switch.
Yeah, there's
love
like
those.
buttons.
There's buttons,
Yeah.
and some of them make noise, some don't. In
Little
case
analog
you
stick
work
thing.
around
I
people.
fucking
The analog
hate-
stick's my
I hate
favorite.
the noise thing.
The
It's
clicker?
like, yeah, click, 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 click. I'm like, stop it!
God, it's
I'm
awesome.
like, stop it!
But it's
so
probably
good.
the best one.
Oh,
It
it is.
yeah.
That one and the analog stick
It's
I
like a
'cause
pen. I
that's-
love pens.
Right, that's why I like the fidget spinner. For me, it doesn't make any noise, doesn't
Yep.
bother anybody around me.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Is you brought it over to my desk earlier
Yeah.
today, and I was like, what is going on? Like you can spin it and like bounce it on like one finger, and I was like, oh, I'm not giving that back.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
20 minutes in, he's like, can I have it back?
Yeah, like, give it back.
I was like, hey, it's mine. Learn to share, bro.
He's like, you learn to share mine. You've been hogging it forever.
And then right after that, Jeff was like, I'm gonna order a bunch and then order you one. And I was like, thanks, man. By the end of the day, I chatted Jeff. I was like, so
what about that fidget spinner?
Did you order it yet?
He's like, what are you talking about? He's like,
oh, the Amazon has the new 2-hour delivery.
Yeah. I need to know if you ordered it or if I need to order one or like.
But that's Jeff being a nice guy to you there. That's really odd.
No, because it finished with, okay, fuck it, you can order it yourself.
Oh, really?
That's
so
what
he said,
yeah.
what a piece of shit.
Because I asked him if he was going to order it, and he did the Jeff thing. He was like, I don't know, I might.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can't do that.
He always does that.
I was like,
he might do our
he might do it like 5 years from now.
I
He's
can't.
like, hey, did you still need a fidget spinner? He's living in like you're living in like Colorado, so he's like, the fuck you gonna send a fidget? You're some, but yeah.
Wait, why am I moving to Colorado?
I don't know, dude.
That kind of seems like a Mason kind of
what?
place.
Yeah, redneck dudes,
I have
outdoors things out there.
I have no connection with Colorado.
There's too much connotation.
Here's why Colorado came, because I have been thinking about moving to Colorado. So
really?
What is there for you in Colorado?
Dude,
Colorado's a cool place.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
I've never been there, but I really want to go.
Because the reason why this came up is because we were looking at bachelor party areas for Chris's upcoming wedding, and he wants to quote unquote ski. And I'm like, Chris, the
Jesus.
fuck? He's like, I want to go to Aspen. I'm like, dude, we're not rich white people. I was like, the fuck? I was like, we live in Arizona. I was like, we're not rich white people that can just go to Aspen and ski. I was
You're half Mexican in Arizona.
I was like,
that's just the standard.
You get a shitty strip club and Top Golf.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
And your own personal taco truck.
Right. So I was on Groupon looking at pictures of cabin resorts and stuff up there. And then I delved deeper because I have literally nothing to do at work. So I delved deeper. I'm looking at Colorado, small like towns in Colorado. And then grew into like just areas in Colorado, like parks and stuff. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind living in Colorado. Like the weather's always nice. There's lots to do. It has like that outdoorsy feel, but it's still like a city.
You still have you still have a city and.
Yeah, so I'm not no different from like Seattle or like somewhere in Washington, Oregon. Yeah. Those are literally the 3 states I would consider moving to: Colorado, Oregon, and Washington.
I've already got where I'm going and everything.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, so shit. Fidget spinner. We're not sponsored by them, by the way.
No,
I just brought it up just
that would be kind of dumb by them. Like, hey, look, we can reach maybe 54 people.
Yeah. 54.
That's pushing,
that's
pushing it, buddy.
The reason I'm just looking from a marketing standpoint, we have 96 YouTube subscribers.
Half of them.
But how many are active?
I was like, wow, that's 54. That's a pretty good video then.
Pushing it.
We'll pay you $18.
I'll take $18.
I was like, let's go out
and
to lunch, boys.
We all get a free thing too.
Yeah,
free
fidget spinners for life.
Well, I don't know about
that.
You just have a mountain of them. I don't know what to do.
That's a for life thing. Doesn't make any sense.
I literally, within the first 10 seconds I got it, I dropped it immediately. Yeah. I was like, fuck, I hope it didn't break.
It seems pretty...
It's pretty sturdy. It's pretty sturdy, yeah. So, the plastic ones with the tri-tips are better than the metal ones from what I've read. I did some research on it myself before. But yeah.
I feel like metal would just be too heavy.
It would be too heavy, and I don't. And the bearings,
cold
and the bearings don't.
You get fingerprints on it if it's like shiny,
greasy and shit.
Yeah, I was trying to pick a color, and I was gonna go black, and I was like, I don't want to go black. It'll look, you'll fingerprints and scratches and stuff. I was like, go blue or green.
Isn't blue your favorite color too?
Green is my favorite color.
Oh,
but you already had green. I don't want to be that guy.
Mason, why are we so like green is my favorite color?
Dude,
green is my favorite color.
Oh, I didn't mean to say fuck.
We should. Pleasantly.
Green is my fucking favorite.
We should please each other.
I can only handle one man at a time.
No, you have 2 orifices, man. You know, one in the Eiffel Tower, dude. Eiffel Tower, Mason.
Finally,
no one's acknowledging my favorite color is green too.
Ian, you're invited.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're invited to the man party.
Dude, see, this is why we're friends.
This is exactly why we met, and we're like, dude, what's your favorite color?
That's all you need to build a successful relationship upon.
That's pretty much it.
Same color.
Yeah, same color. That's why we're doing this. That's why we have this YouTube channel / multimedia channel that, because we're all green lovers,
Yep, we're actually changing the name of the channel to I Love the Color Green.
Yeah,
that's going to be it.
That is the most plain vanilla.
ILG.
ILG.
I love green.
Always coming in with the acronym.
Oh my god. But yeah, so random topic here. If you could be so this is we usually start our podcast now with a random question from the random question generator.
Kevin adding all this structure.
Very strange.
To his unstructured podcast.
Here's the reason why, though, because we got feedback and we're like, you guys talk about too much dick. So I was like,
that didn't even happen.
Yeah, I was like,
that didn't even happen.
He's all like,
who said that?
He mentioned
Indy said
he mentioned dicks one time.
Yeah.
In that whole comment, he was like, Mason, you might be obsessed with dick.
Yeah, you might be obsessed with
okay.
dick.
But that was just an observation.
Yeah,
Indy Jones wasn't like,
he doesn't
I
mind.
need you to censor your
Yeah,
material.
no, I get that. I'm not saying that dick jokes are totally out of the thing, but like being
no,
obsessed
that's what
with,
you told me.
He said
no more dicks.
He said particular dicks, Mason, because Mason mentioned
Oh,
Chris's
man.
dick like
Chris's
4 or
cock
5
came
times
up
in that
so much.
podcast.
That's
dude.
because, like, Kevin, you're the one at work, like, measuring it with a fucking bread pan.
Yep. This is true.
I-
It really happened.
And just like it's just a mythical creature,
But somehow
is what it's. I want to see it one day.
But somehow
like
I get the talking to about the dick talk.
No, I know. I like
From the
like,
Godfather of dick talk.
Okay, I listened to your guys' podcast and I totally agree with Ian where he says Kevin brings out the worst in people. And I was like, and I was like, I totally do. I was like, and then Mason's like, yeah, because like you want to be on his level, and his level's really low. And I was like, you're right.
Well, no, it's really
Remember, always
high.
a good time.
Depending on your spectrum, it's really high actually.
Yeah.
Satan puts on a good party. You know?
Yeah, dude, that's exactly.
That's what I've heard,
exactly.
so.
I'm like the Satan. Okay, I'm getting compared to Satan now.
That doesn't. I mean,
was like,
coming from me, that shouldn't bear any weight.
Yeah,
I don't
but
care
that
about any of
in a weird way that I took that as a compliment. I was like, there we go.
That's fine.
But yeah, so not to say that dick jokes are totally out of the spectrum of the After
No more
Dark.
dick jokes. No.
But just one particular dick.
We can only talk about the color green.
No more Chris's dick jokes. How about that?
Why? Did he get mad?
No, he didn't get mad.
He didn't listen to it.
He didn't listen.
And we
to
know-
it.
I don't think Chris listens.
We
to
know
it. He's way too busy.
His significant other is not going to listen to it.
Oh no.
So who cares about
Yeah,
Chris's
true.
dick jokes? They're hilarious.
Yeah, true.
Come on.
They're pretty. It's pretty huge.
Jeff, you're the only one who knows.
I have no
who's listening.
experience.
Oh, you know,
No experience. Whoa, no experience.
Dude,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we haven't seen it yet. I have. It's a mythical creature to me.
Just the
It's like-
way it was described to me.
Yeah.
You know, like when people talk about things and they kind of talk like
Yeah.
in slow motion.
Yeah.
That's the way they talk about his dick.
Yeah, exactly. And here's why: because Jimmy has seen it.
Yeah.
And he's told me stories about it. You know how like that? He's like that one, or like he's Moby Dick in like the Moby Dick book, right? He's Captain Hook, and he's like, dude.
Wait, Captain Ahab.
Yeah, Captain Hook's from Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, you uneducated fuck. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I know his little Indian buddy is Ishmael, so I know that.
His little Indian, his shmee.
His shmee.
The shmee to his Captain Hook.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you go. But yeah, so Jimmy has told me like mythical stories about this big thing, right?
Kevin, this is too much dick talk.
And I know, but I didn't say dick. I said thing. So his Jimmy just like, I don't know if he's over like exaggerating this.
I mean,
but,
a lot of like fishing stories. Are
exaggerating. But like he said that this is like he said he was close to a foot long. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, the fuck, he should be a porn star.
That's what I've heard.
This is what
That's what I've heard.
All right. Over with that. All right, here's the random question. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Now, this is like a single food?
One food.
Like,
So
it can't
not
be a
what does that
genre
mean?
of
Yeah,
food?
a type
or
of
like
food?
no, just like a
food?
dish. Let's just change to a
One
dish.
dish?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's really tough. Because
Yeah.
you gotta take in... So obviously, this is
yeah.
not going to kill you.
No.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
it's
if
real
it's-
life,
For the rest of your life.
but it could totally kill you.
Oh, I
right?
guess yeah, right.
If
It's
you're
like-
like-
You don't want to
cheese
pick something
sandwich.
that would like really
Yeah.
just fuck you up. So you gotta
Like-
pick. You
like
gotta pick something.
French fries.
You gotta pick something that has a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
I feel like we should have talked about this before.
I'd go-
no.
I'd go
This is
with
why
the-
it's impromptu.
Yeah, but most
bro.
of the time it's us thinking.
I'd go with like an English style pot pie.
Pot pie. Okay.
I don't know.
Has a little bit of the carbs, a little bit of the protein.
It's got dairy.
Vegetables.
It's got veggies. It's got meat. You don't. If you're dying from too much fat, you can just not eat the crust some nights.
Yeah, there you go.
So you just have you can
just
take the veggies and the meat out of there and just eat that for like a healthier meal.
Dude, in with the fucking most logical answer.
Well,
man.
plus that's like English. Because if you had said like a genre of food, it would have been like English food.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I fucking love English food so much. So
you know what?
I'll go with like a classic chicken pot pie.
That is a great logical answer, and I appreciate that. Mason is gonna.
That's why you brought me here.
Yeah, Mason's gonna give the
Okay,
most
you can go now.
ridiculous.
So boring.
You can go now.
Mason's gonna give the most ridiculous
That's
answer.
what I'm saying, but that's
It's
more
so
fun
strange.
and funny.
It's
So,
so-
like, well, you see.
Yeah,
It's so
we're
strange.
sure.
It's
Oh,
so
lots
strange
of-
coming from you. You think I'm gonna give the most ridiculous answer?
Well, what is yours, Kevin?
Oh, I just want to eat dick for the rest of my life. Oh,
Chris's dick.
Chris's big dick
In a hot dog
Oh, no bun. Just
No,
raw.
but just the raw dick.
Thanks.
Mine would be tofu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you
because-
survive off of only tofu your whole life?
Yes, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not saying you can't. I just don't know.
I don't know. To be honest with you, it's just like the most protein-packed one, and you need protein to survive. So.
Yeah, but you need
You know, a lot
is
of
it
stuff,
fiber? Does it have fiber?
That's a good question. You know what? Don't bring out the flaw in my fucking answer. All right?
We're just-
we're just giving answers.
The only reason I'm bringing up the flaws is because we asked for this earlier, and you're like, yeah, it has to be something you have to
I
survive
don't
on.
know there's no such equivalent to the Chinese Asian food scene that is equivalent to the pot pie. We don't have that.
Oh, sure you do.
We have street food.
Dude, like pad thai would be.
Pad thai-
It's got veggies, it's got meat, it's got carbs, it's got
it has
sauce.
too
it's
many
got
carbs.
Yeah, but
The
you don't have
noodles.
always. That's the thing, though. You don't always have. You can be like, you know
True.
what? I'll save the noodles for breakfast or something.
Okay, some chow mein then. Some beef chow mein. Yeah, that would be. Apparently, that's Jeff's favorite dish too. By the way, every time we fucking get Chinese food,
Like
he's
some
like,
really
"I
bad
want
Chinese food sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I want some beef chow mein, and I'm like, you want anything else? No, just
No.
a lot of beef chow mein. I was like, okay. I was like, want rice or anything instead? And he's like, no, beef chow mein. I was like, okay, man.
Fucking simpleton.
Yeah.
Simpleton.
Just straight out, just like, ah.
Yeah. Mason, we're still waiting on you, bro.
Well, I was waiting my turn. That's what people do. You fucking dick.
You just made it really awkward, Mason.
Have we met? What are you talking about? So I immediately jump, contrary to your belief, to like self-preservation. Like, what can I eat that's gonna make me
Happy.
survive the longest?
Oh, see?
And then I go,
Well, it's gonna make you happy.
do I want to fucking live my whole life eating one dish?
All right.
That's a good point,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Hell no, I don't.
Yeah.
So
No.
I'm gonna eat sushi until I die.
Dude.
That's what's gonna happen.
You really? I never thought of you as a big sushi guy.
I love sushi.
Yeah, okay.
Do you like
cool.
sashimi or just sushi?
I love sashimi.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if I'm I do a little of both every time we
Yeah.
go. Sushimi was hard for me to get into, but
Yeah.
I've had more of it. I don't remember what I had that I loved. It might have been yellowtail. But it was
Ooh.
so good, man.
Yeah.
God, but yeah, if I had to pick one roll,
Yeah. Rainbow.
probably the rainbow roll.
Because you get a little bit of everything.
I don't want
want
to go anything fried.
I feel like
No.
no, you can go with sushi because like
Yeah.
that's a good
No, yeah.
pick because there's multiple kinds of the same
Yeah,
food.
but it's not one dish.
giving you the yeah.
I don't
want to.
I don't want to break the rule. You pick pot pie. I got to pick a roll.
Well,
It could be
if you're
multiple
picking a
different
single
pot
roll,
pies,
then
yeah.
I,
Well, now
I
you-
can have all the meat.
Now you're
pies.
breaking the rules.
Yeah,
Kevin, you need to establish some ground rules here.
That thing doesn't have
We
any
have controlled
parameters.
chaos here.
There's
That's
no
what's happening.
parameters.
Because
Just
then,
as what is
because
your
then I can
favorite
have like an applesauce and onion pie.
Yeah.
Whatever that means,
And,
yeah.
Applesauce, onion pie?
Applesauce and onion pie.
No, apple and sausage.
Oh.
Oh.
I was like
That sounds
applesauce
way better.
and...
I can see
Then
why it
applesauce
sounded like that.
and onion.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
had that in England. It was
Oh,
amazing.
shit. That's awesome.
It was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Shout out to applesauce.
There was no applesauce in it. I know it sounded like that. I understand why it's not.
Just saying.
Apple, sausage,
Um,
and onion.
Yeah, I mean, if we can
Pork sausage.
if we can apparently do many variations of one dish, then
Yeah.
it's sushi for sure.
Chris sausage.
Chris sausage. Yeah.
Yep, Chris. Chris.
I can just like imagine Chris's like wiener. You can cut it off; it just regenerates itself. You know.
Like a lizard
Do you
tail.
think Logan's wiener would do that? Like if you
Yeah,
cut it off, it just
100%.
regenerate itself.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, okay, old Logan or
No, old Logan. No, it's gonna be all like gray hair.
why'd you
and
act like
pink-
that was a ridiculous question?
It is because like
No,
it's
not.
all
If
it's
you
all
watch
like
the,
floppy.
If you watch
and
the
everything.
old Logan, he doesn't regenerate. the
Yeah,
same.
but it's all floppy. Why would you want? You want to eat the prime?
It's not about what you want.
It's
I
the-
needed to know.
It's the okay.
He
It's
was
the,
asking,
Yeah.
and you answered, and
the
then you went
prime.
on a tirade.
The prime
prime
Logan? Oh,
Logan.
that thing's coming back bigger.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
bigger. It's harder. It's veinier. Like, Not that I'm obsessed with dick or anything.
Indy, if you're listening to this,
He is.
He is.
we tried. we tried.
He is fine.
Okay.
He stuck around this long.
Yeah.
I know, right? He just never. He's just gone.
He's gone forever.
He's like, you know what? These guys are fucking ridiculous.
And he'll just be like, "Adios, dicks."
Dick lovers.
Yeah, bunch of gay dick lovers. God.
I don't think he's a. Yeah, I get a feeling he's not an anti-gay guy.
No.
Do you hear him saying like, "You guys painted a picture of me as some like big black dude," and like that's not even true.
I did see.
Yeah.
Oh, I also heard that he followed us on Twitter.
He sure
Yes,
did.
he
Cool.
sure did.
Cool guy. What else do we want to talk about?
Hit the button, man.
Dude, are we doing another
question?
topic?
All right, one more question. Let's
All
go.
right, one more.
What's the worst thing you can say on a first date?
I mean,
There's so much.
like you could go within a realistic realm, or you could go with.
Is this?
you
Wait,
could
let
go
me
all
first.
the
Let me
way.
begin by
Start
asking,
talking about Chris's
is this,
dick.
Is this too intimate for you, Mason? Because I know Mason has
Let me tell you,
Mason has a problem with like revealing intimate details about his life.
that's not even a little bit true.
He's
I talked about
very-
shit for 18 minutes on our first podcast.
That's different. It's you
it's definitely
shitting.
not different.
It's you shitting. So
That's pretty intimate.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty private.
yeah.
My
Depends on who you
butthole,
are.
man.
Depends on
It's
who
in
you
my
are.
butt.
That's like the most intimate thing to most people.
Yeah.
That could be the worst thing to say on a first date. Like, how's your butthole?
Oh, okay.
Like how?
That would be a bad thing.
Okay, how about
Structure.
let's go.
Real bad.
Let's go with what was the worst thing said to you on a first date, or you have
Well,
said
okay, hold
on
on,
a
wait.
first date?
I misunderstood the question.
No,
Did you?
I changed the question a little bit, so because I don't want it to be too open ended. Because those questions are way too open ended. What is the worst thing that you've ever heard on a first date / you have ever said on a first date?
But that's weird though,
I don't
because
know.
I've been with like 2 people. Like, I haven't had many
Okay,
first dates.
in your 2 first dates, what was
Well,
the
obviously
worst?
they went pretty well because they
They
both
went
turned
great.
into
Yeah,
relationships.
they I feel like
Or what is the worst thing you've ever heard? Okay, maybe. Okay,
It's hard for me, man.
I'll expand it a little bit. What have you heard? stories that you've heard of people saying the worst things or being said to them.
you guys go. Ian, you go.
First dates are tough because I can tell you she didn't say anything because she didn't have to, and it was bad.
What do you mean?
Like nothing
Please,
was
I want
said?
details on this.
So I went on a date with this girl who was going to ASU a while back.
Yeah.
So we met for like coffee in the
Yeah.
afternoon, and we hung out.
Yeah.
And then we went back to her place.
Ooh.
That's
Hot coffee.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And except her place was the most disgusting.
What?
You guys watch Friends, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember when he's dating that really gorgeous
Oh
blonde?
God, yes.
And then he goes to her apartment
It's,
and
like,
it's a
fucking
fucking
filthy.
pigsty.
Yeah.
I was Ross.
Dude, what?
I had to watch a movie in that apartment the whole time, and I was like,
Wait, was there like to the exaggerated part where there's like shit on the floor where like
Yes.
there's really
it was the
just
Wow.
bottles
one of
and
the
like
most, yeah, like garbage, like just clothes everywhere, like food
Okay.
that had been like eaten
What the
halfway on a
fuck?
plate, like sitting there for who knows. Like, like dishes were piled like mountains.
Okay, there's
I-
a couple details that have astonished me about your story. One, the fact that she does that, that's weird. And 2, the fact that she doesn't give a fuck and brought you back, assuming that you wouldn't care
Yeah,
about
that is really weird.
What kind of person would
Well,
think that's
she's
okay?
probably thinking he
She
just
probably-
wants sex. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't care.
Dude, I'm not bringing my dick out anywhere.
But
near
let's
your
Yeah.
garbage.
But 98
Garbage-filled
What if like
apartment.
a rat just comes out and just like...
That's what I was like. I was like
Yeah,
thinking to myself,
legit.
like I had to watch a whole fucking movie in there, and I didn't even want to sit on the couch.
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh,
And
That's rough.
that movie was over. I was like, great, awesome, bye,
Yeah. Oh.
and I got the fuck out. I got the
Oh
fuck
my
out of
god. Oh, that's awful, dude. I'm sorry.
it. So
you
she
had to
didn't.
go
So it
through
was nothing that she said, but that's the only thing. I can't think of anything that anyone has said or that I've ever said that was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it really depends on who you're with.
Yeah.
For most people, I guess. Like, I mean, what is that? What is it? Both people's intention with the relationship.
I suppose,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bringing up like politics or religion, like the usual.
Oh,
shit
yeah,
you
that's
don't
a-
want to
oh,
bring
that's
up.
a big flag
no-no,
for that's
yeah.
a big
Unless
one.
unless it's something like where you've talked to them prior,
Yeah.
and you kind of already have
And
an understanding.
Maybe, understanding.
Like
to
you've been
that,
friends with them for like a week or a couple weeks or whatever, like in
Yeah.
a class or met them online or whatever. So if you know the person a tiny bit, that's
Yeah.
a little bit different.
before you go on that first
but like
date.
you
quote,
wouldn't
unquote.
just
Yeah,
But I
so
don't know.
not really a date because I don't have many to go off of, but like from talking to girls, weird shit that if I can alter it a little bit.
What was the worst?
This was a long time ago. A long time ago, and I was talking to a girl, just like stupid high school like flirting kind of thing. And I didn't know what was happening, and something like a joke came up, and like it was like playfully kind of flirtatious, and I was like, haha, you love me though. And she was like, she immediately stopped smiling, looked me dead in the eye, and said, "Look, I love Jesus and my parents."
What the fuck?
And, I was like,
You're trying to laugh at us?
Yeah.
And she did not laugh.
Dude, that's her, not
She
you.
never spoke to me again.
What the fuck?
I know it wasn't me.
Yeah.
That, like, it couldn't have gone any worse.
Any worse.
That was Jesus.
That was Jesus. Like,
I was
it
cut
was
off by
possessing her.
Jesus.
Jesus immediately possessed her and turned her.
Dude, it was crazy.
You will not take this much with me.
Like, I knew she had to be joking.
Yeah.
She totally wasn't joking. Fun fact about that girl, maybe a week after we graduated high school, she got pregnant. Not married, by the way. Jesus isn't a fan of that, but,
Dude,
whatever.
It was, the
Casual.
magical birth.
Oh, the Immaculate Conception?
Yeah,
there it is.
Jesus' second coming.
That's what it must have been.
Yeah.
So, dude, you could have been Joseph, so you got the fuck out of
I
there.
could have been Joseph.
Oh, God damn it.
So good
Oh
thing.
my God, that was...
That's crazy. Yeah, that was probably the craziest
Holy
thing.
shit.
I was
that's
blown
awful.
away. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
especially in high school, like, you don't...
Yeah, I mean,
really
if you take
talk
dates
about that.
away, I mean,
Yeah.
I was an idiot in high
Yeah.
school with women. I was terrible.
Oh, yeah. I was not... It was more of like I just don't care. Like
Oh, no,
you know,
I
I
cared
wasn't.
a lot.
I didn't want to be in like that. It was just like I was awkward and shy and really weird. You know, in high school, and I just didn't want to go through that. I already hate people enough where I didn't like want to actually interact with them one on one.
Totally.
You know, so
I don't know.
Totally.
I've been weird with
Yeah.
that because like I feel that way. Like
Yeah.
especially in high school, I felt
Yeah.
that way as well.
Yeah.
But I was like really good at just kind of faking.
Yeah.
Faking social interaction.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just
wasn't.
did it. I
Yeah.
just fake it. I was good at it, and like people liked me unless they were in my history class. People.
I
can see that.
I can see that. They're
shit.
like, this happened. No.
I can
no.
see that.
He's like,
Yeah.
I can see
I've got
Ian
all
standing up
kinds
and
of
saying
stories.
no.
I got yelled at by my teacher. She's like, Ian, stop insulting people.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry. I'm really.
Put down the marker,
I
Ian.
did apologize. I did. I wasn't that much of an
God.
asshole.
All right.
Anyways, but like, I was good at so like girls liked me in that
Yeah.
sense. They were like, "Oh, Ian's such a nice, cool dude."
Yeah.
And I'm not playing the nice guy card.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot more to that.
Yeah.
And it's not
But
always,
you
it's not always
weren't
the
a
women's
jackass.
fault. But I wasn't
Yeah,
I wasn't jackass, but I wasn't like. So I had like I always was getting confused with like signals. Like, is it a signal? Is it
Dude,
not?
I mean,
It never
I'm
was.
so
It never
bad
was.
at reading signals.
never was.
And that was my stupidity. And at that time in
She's
high school,
like-
I was that dude who's like, I'm the poor nice guy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like looking back, I'm like, no, you were just kind of fucking like, you just never got your shit together.
Yeah, you never understood social cues.
You probably had, I probably had opportunities.
Oh yeah.
That I fucking
Missed, yeah.
blew.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was more on me than it was
Oh,
ever on
yeah.
them. And,
And
I
it's-
don't blame them at all.
And you know what? In high school, I realized that to be successful with the opposite sex, you just had to be confident. You know, like,
Right.
and honestly, in high school, I wasn't confident. And, you know, I was just like that kind of quiet kid in the back,
Sure.
just doing my own thing. You know, and the only way to get girls is to be confident, an athlete, being healthy. You know, being that athlete helps you out too. So. But yeah, I was just like, that just never interested me until I got to college, where I'm like, dude, I like college girls. I was like,
because they're a little more mature.
you found
yeah,
yourself.
exactly.
I like everyone in college more.
Yeah, I think that's really
They're
the
women.
reason why they're real. Yeah, women.
Not girls.
I just didn't care about the stuff that they talked about in high school. I guess that's what it was.
Yeah.
Like they were like their whole lives. I'm like, I don't care.
You're just
Like in
not-
college, you're like speaking to people with the intellectual level on your plane.
Whatever you're doing, whatever
Yeah.
class you're in. Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
But so my worst date, something that I did bad. I didn't say anything bad, but I realized that this girl. So we went on this date for a while. Then we went out and just hung out, and she was really, really flirtatious, and she was really attractive, right? So I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then like later on, I drive her home, and drop her off in front of her house. You know, I didn't want to do. It was just the first date. I don't do that stuff on the first date,
same.
right?
Agreed.
And so, you know, she kissed me, you know, to go inside, and then her brother sitting on the porch comes out to my car as I'm dropping her off, and he looks down, and I don't remember the dude's name, but he's like, "Hey, that's not so and so." I'm like, I was like, what? And I was like, what the fuck? And then like I was like, oh, I just laughed it off. I'm like, no, my name is Kevin, blah blah blah. And I go home and I text her, I'm like, who the fuck is blah blah blah? And she's like, oh, that's my boyfriend. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, I was like, wrong? Yeah, but I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, what? I'm like, wait, you're gonna tell me about that? And she's all like, we're not dating right now. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was like, what? I was like, so you guys are on and off or what? And then she's like, yeah. I'm like, the fuck
I'm
getting
getting 100 miles away.
I know, right? I was like, but I didn't. So I was like, I was that piece of shit. But so it's something that I did wrong.
Was that in 2012?
Yes, that was.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that girl. Yeah, she was hot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was right. We were living together. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so that was my bad experience with a first date.
Yeah.
Meeting the freaking brother and then her
and
brother.
him realizing it's you're not her boyfriend. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Well, you're not.
Yeah, you're.
I was
probably
like, coming to just like catch up or whatever.
Yeah,
I
was like, what? And he saw her kiss me and everything.
Yeah.
So that's why
he assumed you were.
Yeah, exactly.
The other guy, and he came up to you.
It was weird.
Some Asian guy.
Some Asian guy.
I was just thinking that. Like, what are the chances her boyfriend was Asian?
None. He wasn't.
You knew.
Yeah, he was.
Was it just dark? Like
it was dark. Yeah, it was.
I know he couldn't see. Yeah.
He was just sitting on the porch. It was dark. It was like almost midnight kind of thing.
Right,
he just dropped her off, and he was just chilling on the porch. So yeah, it was. Right. It was weird. It was awkward.
Yeah. Shout out to that guy.
Right. Another topic I kind of wanted to bring up. We kind of talked about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the YouTube community knows a lot about Ice Poseidon. He's a really big, like, famous Twitch streamer, or a former Twitch streamer, I should say. And he does a lot of, like, in real life streams or whatever.
Yeah, like mounts a camera.
Yeah, mounted camera. He kind of, like, just walks around cities and does stuff, like, everyday things. And it attracts, like, thousands of people to watch it for some reason or not. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, so, So the problem with that is, like, he kind of, he always throws his location up, like, where he's at. And he's encouraging people to, like, find him and say hi and stuff. Like, he loves his community or whatever, right? But, sometimes that's a double-edged blade, people can take advantage of that. So what happened was, I think it was like a week ago that he was on a plane and he was about to go somewhere, and then some people swatted him. Basically, and the SWAT team came on the plane. It was a big ordeal, and Twitch immediately after that responded with banning him permanently. That's fucking crazy. This guy's livelihood is based off of streaming, and this guy, he's a funny guy. I feel bad for him, and he's a lot of the public outcries from the other Twitch, like major Twitch streamers and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know what to say. He's just like. He's now streaming on YouTube, so he's, like, trying to regain that, like, fan base and...
Yeah, bring everyone over there.
Yeah, bring everyone over there and get, like... Because he said that if he doesn't get enough subscribers / donations, he's going to be homeless, basically. So, it's crazy. And I think this stems from, like, Twitch being, being run by Amazon and being too afraid to get their names tarnished in a way.
Well, it's so easy to get your name tarnished.
Like, I
feel like they were looking at United or whatever, and then it's like, it's so easy to just have a public opinion just completely
switch on you.
Against you.
Yeah, because, like, that swatting situation, like, was on the news everywhere.
Yeah.
It was immediately blown up.
SWAT team storms an airplane.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So
sounds like every Rainbow Six game ever made.
And their excuse was, there is actually a level on Rainbow Six there's a plane. But there is the other side. It was like Twitch saying it's for public safety. We can't let him just like go anywhere and just get like. There's multiple multiple occasions.
He got with the restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant with the fire extinguisher. There's a lot of weird shit that happens to him just because he's too forthgoing with his information.
Yeah.
So I immediately I try to play devil's advocate on this and think of it from the perspective of Twitch / Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
Yeah, and I totally get it. Because the fact of the matter is, with live streaming, unless you have like a crazy delay on it, which kind of defeats the purpose of live streaming.
Yeah.
this is going to keep. It's never going to stop happening.
Never,
especially when he's walking around streets where you can see
the street
shit
signs
where you know where it is.
Like, well, he's telling you too.
And he's telling
I'm
you
here right now.
and that makes me think as well on his part.
Yeah.
He probably didn't think he was going to get banned, but when we were going through his YouTube channel, it's just clip after clip of bad shit happening to him because he's live streaming.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder.
Is it even worth it?
Is that part of his thing? Does he know that shit is going to keep happening to him and people are going to watch it happen? Because that's kind of genius.
That's actually that's a pretty good point. I didn't think about that.
It's kind of genius if that's what he's
Backfire,
doing.
though.
It totally backfired.
Yeah,
But when you mention him switching over to YouTube, like he obviously doesn't want it to stop because he knows it's going to keep happening. But a lot of people like to watch this shit happen to streamers because it's kind of funny.
It's funny, yeah, exactly. So, I didn't even think about that point, to be honest with you. That does make sense. Because he's had a lot of shit happen to him. Like, people threatening him on the streets.
The kid ran in a restaurant and shot him with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I was like...
And to think about it from, like, Amazon and Twitch perspective, like, people can get hurt. Like, this happening to him. Yeah. If someone catches a flashbang and, like, in an airplane, like, that can really hurt you. And Twitch, and what the headline is going to look like is fucking 2-year-old... blinded for life because of Twitch streamer. Yeah. And then Twitch is stopped.
All Twitch streamers are fucking...
Exactly,
immature people.
So I kind of totally get why they banned him. If they're wondering if maybe this is his thing. You know what I mean?
Maybe there's just too many variables with live streaming.
There's way too many. Way too many.
I think YouTube may be a better platform for him because of the... there's vlogs and stuff that happen.
It's going to keep happening.
It will keep happening. And that's... funny that you brought up that point. Maybe that is the reason why he just kind of knows, and he knows that it's going to get views and stuff like that. I think so.
I mean, after you got sprayed with a fire extinguisher, if it bothered you, wouldn't you stop doing it?
Yeah, I would immediately. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to games
in a
streaming,
restaurant, like with your friends. I would go back to playing video games. Like, I'd go back to Stardew Valley for 18 hours, which I did on Monday.
Your Monday,
dude.
Really? You had an entire Monday off and you didn't touch a rabbit.
I played Stardew Valley for 12.5 hours.
Can you elaborate on what you did all day that Monday?
That Monday?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. It's real quick. Yeah. I woke up 2 hours before my significant other woke up to go to work, which I do every day to watch something strategically. It's usually The Office, the U.S. version recently. I'll watch that until she wakes up. When she wakes up, I kind of start eating and getting ready, which I didn't have to get ready for much because I wasn't leaving. Then when she leaves, I leave at the exact same time. I have it all planned out. I do it every time. I leave at the exact same time, straight to the nearest coffee shop. Yeah. Because my Keurig broke.
Oh, yeah.
First world problems. Yeah. And then I go get the biggest, strongest coffee I can get.
Okay.
Which is usually what I do before we podcast too, but I didn't have a chance. And then I immediately him of all people, that's hilarious. And I immediately run home and take off as much clothes as I can without feeling uncomfortable. I don't like having my shirt off.
Why?
I'm not that guy. I don't know. Really? I don't like it. I don't like. You know what I mean?
That's weird.
I have a sensitive torso.
Sensitive torso. Okay, that's weird. It's that. Oh well, just go continue your story. I want to talk about that a little bit later. I want to talk about
lumpy torso.
Okay.
Thank you, Ian. You're like a question mark.
A question mark torso.
I don't know where that came from. So I immediately go home, take off as much clothes as I can.
Yeah.
And then I pull out a smaller TV that we have, and I put it on my coffee table.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, 2 feet behind that TV is a much larger TV in my living room.
Yeah.
I play on the smaller TV any games I'm playing.
Yeah.
I like it as close to me as possible.
Yeah.
I lean back on the couch. I just fucking do it, headphones on. Yeah. Or I'll take the headphones off and have a show playing on the bigger TV.
Yeah.
While I drink that fucking
big coffee
just
thing?
40 ounce black cold brew from Starbucks. Which is exactly what I did all day. And I may have gotten up to pee twice. Yeah. I strategically 2 days before that went to Filiberto's and bought 2 breakfast burritos.
Wow.
Just to eat on Monday, which I ate for breakfast and lunch. Or I'm sorry, like a brunch and then a lunch dinner because I ate breakfast earlier that day. And I do that until she comes home.
Dude, I am so proud of you, dude. That is like the preparation that you take for your day off is so admirable. I appreciate that so much because like I do the same exact fucking thing. I'm like I'm gonna stock up on like fucking Powerade. I'm gonna stock up. Dude, I prepared
for 2 weeks for that.
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
Keep in mind, I don't recommend doing it because I literally took PTO from work to do that.
Yeah.
Which is really sad.
No, it's not.
But I feel like people take PTO to do things they enjoy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to go out. And I want to go in.
Yeah,
I want to not go out. So I took an entire day off and did that. I It's weird when you're in the house and you lose track of time
by yourself in the dark. It's the best thing.
I have like a podcast going here, game here, because Stardew Valley, exactly. Shout out. You can play and consume other types of media in the background.
This is super chill. Yeah, that's cool, dude. I appreciate
all
that.
I did money. I didn't mean to stray from whatever we were talking about.
No, that's fine.
Totally cool.
Yeah, it's.
We're talking about the I don't remember his name.
Ice Poseidon. Yeah, so I was gonna actually talk about the shirt thing. Like Ian knows, he used to live with me. I walk around in my boxers.
Underwear,
yeah. I was like,
only
okay. Even with,
I didn't give a fuck.
Even with Alyssa there.
No, I totally wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Even with Alyssa there, I don't. And here, I said the same thing to Jimmy.
She doesn't care either.
And I said the same thing because Jimmy has the same thing as you. He's like, I don't want to like. I don't know if it's for you. I don't think it's for you, but for him, he's like ashamed of his body. Yeah, and it's not. I wouldn't say ashamed. He's just like disgusted by his body, in a way that he's trying to improve it. He's going to the gym now and all that stuff. Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know. Is it like? Do you think it's like an outside thing, like criticizing his body, or is it just like a self-conscious thing that he's kind of his own thing? But like a lot of people have that
totally,
and I don't. I don't know why. I don't care
because you're comfortable, which is great. And I totally
cool.
can't speak for Jimmy. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I don't think I'm like fat or whatever. But just for whatever reason, I just don't like it. I don't like sitting down and it being like pudged up. You know what I mean? Like I don't like when things touch my.
I feel like I get sweatier too.
Yeah, you get sweaty on the couch, and
like
I don't like let's say I was eating something.
Yeah.
And like got ketchup on my chest. I just feel like a piece of shit.
Someone like shows up at your door, you're like, fuck! Clothes.
No, totally. And so I don't think
that's when you do the little lean and be like, hi, how can I help you?
Get a lean!
It's just not comfortable for me.
I get that.
Like, I actually do, I don't do the boxers thing. That's not comfortable for me either because I don't like it so high up on the thigh. That's where I get, Oh,
so you don't wear boxers, just wear shorts.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the move. Is you wear basketball shorts, no boxers.
Okay.
Because you get the freedom.
I do that all the time.
But you get the coverage. You know what I mean?
I'm doing it right now.
You're doing it right now. I knew I could smell it.
It's happening right now, so.
But, and then I
can smell it?
Dude, I plan out what I wear too, pretty much when that happens. Like I wear the basketball short, no boxers. I'll have just everything ready, like a big shirt, like that. I'm just gonna fucking grr.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Grr. Like just like veg out.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I just don't like taking my shirt off.
Dude, okay, that's cool. So that's what you usually do on your PTO days.
That is what 90% of the time I do. And the only reason I would ever not do that is if it's because my significant other was having me do something else
to take
with her. For example, here coming up soon, we have a wedding to go to,
okay, so
which I'm uber excited about. I feel like a sickness is coming on.
I'm actually 60. You might catch it from me.
So we're in such like close proximity to each other. You might pick something up.
This is a legit.
Ian, what do you usually do in your preferred
what's your private
PTO
time
day?
look like?
Well, very similar.
Yeah, very similar.
I actually just had it the entire weekend.
Oh, yeah. That's right, because Alyssa was
me
out.
And the dogs and the cat.
Okay.
And that was it. And
no lights enter this house.
I had like 9 hours logged into Mass Effect prior to this weekend.
Yeah.
And I have almost 30 hours.
Holy fuck, that's awesome.
All I did.
Holy shit, that's cool.
Literally all
Good job, man. Hell yeah.
Really fucking far in that game.
I'm like so proud of all you guys right now. This is the coolest shit ever.
It's usually not what I get to take PTO for because I live here and all my family lives in Washington and Oregon.
Yeah.
So I usually have to take at least a week to go up there.
Right.
Okay.
Or to host someone who's coming down here.
That makes sense.
It's like that's it. But if I didn't have to do that, then I would use the same
weeks off.
I mean, most of the time the PTO days that I would take though, honestly, like I remember really well the last one I did this was Fallout 4.
Oh,
you take off the 2 days, so it comes out on a Tuesday, so a Monday night. So you take Tuesday off, Wednesday off. So you don't have to worry about what time you go to sleep.
Yeah, that's good.
You have this brand new game, you put it right into your system, you start playing.
If you can
get nothing like that.
If you don't work weekends and you can get a Monday off, it's like
or Friday.
Yeah.
It's like nirvana.
Yes,
like
there's nothing
weekend better than knowing because you know that feeling you get on every Sunday where you're like, and then that you're
Mondays
like, but I don't
go to work.
Yeah.
Ian, you and I talked about this a long time ago when we used to work together about coming into work and then being told to leave.
Yeah.
That feeling you get in your
because I remember there was there would be like a system issue with my up my profile or whatever, and they're like,
really?
I'm sorry, like we're not going to get this up today. You have to go home.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Before they finish that sentence, you're out the door immediately. You feel
you
feel lighter.
Because that's like I hated my job there so much.
Right.
That, like,
but even now, you would feel the same way. You know what I mean? If you went into work and they were like, you're going to get paid, take the whole day off.
Yeah, I would. It's not. I would be like, that's great. Like, it's not the same because like getting to leave collections for a day and not having to work and knowing you had a whole day in front of you. I mean, it's like getting released from prison.
Pretty much.
Whereas now it's like getting released from work.
Yeah.
Some people escape. Yeah. Some people die.
The collections prison. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. That happened to me and a friend of mine, coworker of mine, Marcus. Yeah. At the time that he was living with me.
Yeah.
And we both of ours, whatever reason, like they.
What are the chances?
They put us. They put us on two different. They put us on different. They did everything they could to enslave us there. Yeah. They put us on like multiple computers. It wouldn't work. Our system was down.
I had the same issue. Yeah.
They sent us home, and we were like walking down the hallways, just like
hysterically.
Yeah, like I mean, we were almost crying and laughing. Dude, that's how excited we were.
Wow.
When we got in the car and we were like, fuck yeah. We were like, we didn't know what to do with the day. Dude, it was like a whole new day. It was like, I still remember it as if it happened yesterday.
That's when you know you fucking hate your job. Like when you like celebrate leaving work.
Dude, we went out to breakfast. Like we just had the fucking greatest day.
That's awesome.
We were like drinking all day.
Yeah.
He drinks a lot. So I started drinking because he was living with me. So we were playing games and just drinking like fucking screwdrivers all day. It's fucking awesome, man.
Oh my god, that sounds great. That is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Well, on my preferred day off, very similar to you guys, I would actually include the food preparation.
Yeah, agree.
Okay,
agree.
so the
going out for me.
Yeah, the food preparation for me is more like ordering a large pizza, breakfast at McDonald's in the morning.
Yes.
So, be like, dude, let's go McDonald's breakfast, go there and get some fucking food, buy a huge pizza for lunch and dinner, and just fucking like not and have any social media. I like fucking leave my phone in my bed. I'm not even gonna like look at it. I'm just gonna play games all day long, and maybe nap. I like an hour power nap. Just to extend the play time. But pretty much not talk to anybody. Yep, that's my ideal day off.
That was like for me this weekend. I was like, I mean, Mason's coming over on Friday, which is awesome. We're doing our podcast, but once he's gone, that door is shut.
Now that you mention that, like after that podcast, not after that podcast, but like come like Sunday afternoon, I knew you were gonna be home all weekend by yourself. And I was like, I haven't talked, like, not that we talk that often, but like I haven't heard anything from Ian. Like, is he okay? Like,
is he okay?
Should I stop by? Check on him?
Yeah,
I was like, I think it was on that day I wanted to watch movies. Still, I was down to hang out, but that was only going to be if someone reached out to me.
Yeah.
And no one did. So.
Yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. Yeah, I made it a point to tell Jimmy and them, I'm like, dude, I'm not doing anything this weekend. Yeah. Please don't invite me.
Fortunately, we all have friends who understand that.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's really easy.
I was like, please don't invite me to anything because then I'll feel obligated to go. Please don't do it. So you just kind of be nicely saying, don't talk to me.
But I think most of our friends are like that. So
absolutely.
It's something you can say and they're like, oh yeah, dude. Totally.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They get it.
Hell yeah. Just mentioning the podcast that you guys did last week.
Yep.
You guys came up with a unique idea that I totally am down for.
Did we talk about it on the podcast?
It's not a very unique idea.
It's not a unique idea, but it's cool.
Stole it.
It's unique for us.
It's unique for us. I feel like I need to kind of lend credit to where I completely stole the idea.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's. What do they say? What did they say? An idea. No idea is original anymore.
Right. Yeah. True enough.
Yeah. To try to do something that no one's done is like impossible. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Anymore.
So, but I liked it. I am totally 100% down for it. Mason will finally get his thing. He's designated a thing.
It's not really true.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It won't be, but it won't be just me.
But you're the star of it.
You're the star, dude. Your face will be all over.
I'm basically just going to interview you
all over it.
It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Did we talk about the name?
Yeah, we have a name for it.
But did we talk about the name? We didn't talk about it, right?
You guys threw
on Friday's podcast.
I think we kind of talked about it a little bit.
We threw out some weird ideas.
Yeah, some weird ideas and stuff. So I think you guys finally decided on a name, right?
The idea of the podcast, for all three of you who listened and maybe didn't hear it, the idea of the podcast comes from the fact that when I met Ian, I came from a not really but quote unquote sheltered existence. Where I wasn't sheltered like
my excuse for Mason
being sheltered.
I wasn't
is a different. It's
silver spoon and shit I didn't come up with the same culture as you guys.
Yeah,
and this is the culture I ended up.
I feel like he was because he's in a small town. He grew up in a small town. There's really not much to do in Baghdad.
Okay,
right?
I wasn't there forever, but I was in that town during the time of my life when you're consuming shit. That you enjoy. So between like 5th grade
and when you're not working, basically.
Yeah, and then once I came here, I was working, so I didn't have time to do anything.
Yeah.
But the idea is that all this shit I missed, all the cool shit,
movies specifically filmed,
but not even just movies. Well, yeah, recently it is, but I'm sure it'll stem into more because there's plenty. Believe me. But just covering in like the last 2 years, the biggest ones I can think of are Firefly, which is probably my favorite show of all time.
Well, it'll be shows too, but I mean,
whoa. No, I'm just giving examples of things that I missed.
Okay, all right.
That I've now watched.
Okay, cool.
Game of Thrones, Star Wars.
These
are just
Game of Thrones. You didn't really miss because it was right in the middle. You were only a couple seasons behind. It was not really.
Everybody watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah, everybody watched.
You know what I mean?
That first season was...
I'm sorry, Game of Thrones is dwarfed by Star Wars.
Okay, yeah, we're not comparing.
You had never seen Star Wars.
Okay, in the group...
That's ground zero right there.
But if you compare me to the other people that I quote-unquote run with...
I
picture us as a biker gang. But no, me compared to everyone else in our group, dude, everybody's seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and I had not. That's
I think you were the only person that hasn't seen Star Wars either, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you haven't seen Game of Thrones or Star Wars, which are the two biggest things right now. Okay.
But yeah,
you had seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I've seen the trilogy there, and I've seen all the director's cuts and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm proud
Took
of you for
14 goddamn hours.
Yeah.
You should.
I went over to a friend's house that morning, and we were there till the evening, trying to finish that shit.
Yeah.
It was great, loved it. So I think that's the idea of the show is I'll consume these things and then we will talk about it mainly with me and Ian.
And to clarify too, it's not a podcast.
Are you going to do like a before and after, or is it just I
don't know. Well, here's what I had some ideas.
Okay.
But I do want to clarify, it's not going to be a podcast.
Not a podcast.
2 is good, I think.
Yeah.
Any more than that, where the fuck do you release it?
No, I get that.
So I wanted to do basically a video interview. I would love to get a green screen, but I don't know. There's a lot to that. In due time.
Yeah, in due time.
But I was thinking what we could do, if you're into this, is we'd start off prior to watching the movie. 3 or 4 minutes of me just basically if there's something I feel like you should know prior to watching it, telling you about that, and then getting your impressions of what you think it is, what you've heard about it, what you know about it, what you're expecting, things like that. Then we'll go and I'll put in a collage of footage from the movie, 30 seconds long, and then we'll come back and just do a 10 to 15 minute, if that. Kind of review
of just me wide-eyed.
What you
I'm
thought
gray. I figured out how to grow a beard.
You're all seasoned now. You're all seasoned.
I don't know if you like that.
I love it. I think it sounds awesome, man. I think the name's great, which we'll get to because we've been teasing that for 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
I want episode 1 to be Star Wars. I think that still counts.
Yes.
That was very recently.
It'll be a little different. It'll just be a different format because
there will be no before.
No, you can do it before. You'd be like, what did you expect? Versus what did you now know?
And that's something I think I offer an interesting perspective on, just the time frame that I came in. And I can't wait, man.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm I want to sit in on ones that he does of anime. That would be great.
That's what I was going to bring up. That's what I was going to bring up because I know it'll be 90% me and Ian.
Yeah.
And then, but I was recently introduced to anime as well, which comes from Kevin.
Yes.
I watched finally 1 episode the other night, which is great.
Yes.
But yeah, I want to get more into that, and then you and I can talk about that. I think that offers more.
I'm so down. I'm so down. Because that,
you can even say anime edition or manga edition or whatever.
I'm so excited for you to do this because this would be because this. I
came up with this fucking list of movies just off the top of my head.
Let's read a couple of those movies.
Well,
what are the biggest ones?
So I wrote down probably 15 to 20 films. Yeah. The ones that Mason had seen were Jaws, Jurassic Park, and... Which one? Jaws, Jurassic Park.
The ones I have seen are Black Hawk Down, Boys in the Hood, Monty Python, Jurassic Park, and Jaws.
Okay. And that was the Holy Grail for the
out of I mean, how many movies?
About 20.
20 movies.
So both the Alien films.
Yeah.
Just the 2. Alien and Aliens.
Yeah. Okay.
Children of Men.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah. So and for me too, these aren't all of my favorite movies. So a lot of them are, but there are some movies for me that sometimes they coincide and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of movies that I feel are like perfect.
Yes, I agree with that.
And they don't even need to be your favorite movie. I mean, there are movies that exist. Like for me, Godfather.
Yeah, just like critical.
Godfather. Yeah, for me, objectively looking at a film and like it's not like I'm an expert. I took a couple of film classes in college, whatever that does for me. Mm-hmm. But like for me, an example is Godfather. Yes, it's a perfect film.
Yeah. Oh, I think so too. It's the first Godfather was.
That's what I mean.
When I first saw that movie. Now I'm like Mason in that sense where I just recently in the last 2 years saw Godfather. My mind was blown. Yeah. I was like, this is like because all gangster films after Godfather were modeled after that. But to see the original and how perfect it was is
there's nothing like some you can. I mean, if you are coming up with flaws, you're just nitpicking.
Yeah,
there's really nothing.
Yeah.
So on this list, I only have. Oh, I didn't write down Saving Private Ryan.
Blade Runner was... You introduced me to Blade Runner.
I introduced you to Blade Runner
recently, too.
I would say the only perfect films on here are Godfather, Alien, and Children of Men.
Yeah, okay.
I would say, looking at all these. Like, there's some great movies, but those are the three, like... There's just there's nothing.
Wait, you haven't seen The Revenant? That's pretty recent.
Pretty recent. Leonardo DiCaprio where he fights a bear? No, I haven't seen it.
When he fights a bear?
One of my favorite movies in many years. So the Alien movies, Children of Men, Blade Runner... Band of Brothers, not a film necessarily, but it's made by the same. It's made by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. It's in the style of Saving Private Ryan. But the reason it's different is because it's a miniseries, and they're able to really get into character a lot more than Saving Private Ryan was in 3 hours.
Right.
So
it's really, really good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Gladiator. Didn't see Gladiator.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Here's another thing to me. I haven't seen all of Gladiator either, to be honest with you myself.
Really?
I've seen bits and pieces, so I kind of...
Wow. Would you like to join us for that?
I would.
Okay.
I would, actually.
You'll have to join us for that one. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Haven't seen that one either.
1979 one.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood, you saw that?
Hey, shout out to Ice Cube.
A couple of comedies, Little Miss Sunshine and Spinal Tap.
Okay, yeah.
I was going for movies that are still considered to be like really good movies too.
Yeah.
And not just they're not like I love Will Ferrell, but those aren't cinematic masterpieces. And Spinal Tap is not a cinematic masterpiece either, but it was perfectly timed when it came out. Anyway, I won't go. Thin Red Line, District 9.
Oh, yeah, when you said that, I heard that in the podcast, you've never seen District 9.
Yeah.
That's pretty much Neil Blomkamp's only really good
movie. Yeah.
So
Elysium was okay, and I didn't even see Chappie. I heard it was garbage.
Exactly. I have the same.
So he went down, and he went down.
Exactly.
But District 9 is fantastic.
Yeah.
The Exorcist, you're getting in there to the perfect, but not quite.
The classic.
Classic film. Yeah. The Revenant, of course. Yeah. The new Star Trek movies. You had not seen the new Star Trek movie. I remember you bringing that up.
Yep.
And they're fantastic. The Departed.
Dude,
hadn't seen The Departed.
The Departed.
Another instant classic Martin Scorsese film.
Yes.
And then We Were Soldiers, the only historical movie with Mel Gibson that's worth watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Mel Gibson. Okay. Wow.
Unless if you're just looking to be entertained. Maybe
yeah.
But if you're looking for anything remotely even close to being historically accurate within a universe length, then We Were Soldiers is the only one he's ever done that's been.
I have a quick question for you. This is random.
We still haven't said
where it just says what?
I said we still haven't said.
Oh, say the name.
Go ahead.
Dude, no, yeah.
No, we should just keep We should just keep teasing.
No, before we forget.
The name of that series will be
Mason Missed It.
The alliteration just gives me
is the plan.
Flutters.
I like the name. Ian sent me.
Gives such a boner.
Ian has a huge boner right now.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about dicks. He sent me a list of different name options, and I thought that one sounded great.
Yeah, I like it too.
Mason Missed It.
It sounds the least like the one that I stole it from too.
Yeah, it's
that's good too. That's good too.
So my random question is, this is just kind of from a. I've always wondered this. Sometimes forget, so that's why I'm asking you randomly now. But Ian, who is your favorite director?
Oh, Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott. Okay, I kind of figured that was going to be your choice.
Between Alien and Blade Runner and Gladiator and Kingdom of Heaven and Black Hawk Down, it just keeps going.
So then, who is your new like in like
more
current
recent
era,
director?
more recent director.
Ooh, that's good.
M. Night Shyamalan.
I'm in like
honestly, he's only made one movie.
Yeah.
So it's because it's right on the top of my head.
Jordan Peele.
But Jordan Peele for fucking Get Out.
Dude,
holy
fuck you up for me
shit.
for guessing that
So
shit.
have you seen that?
No.
I haven't seen it either, but I heard it's like incredible.
Incredible. I've never. It's a horror, thriller, comedy.
Interesting.
And it's all of those things.
Wow.
And it does them all really,
I heard
really well.
really good things about it.
I wasn't expecting as much comedy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know it's Jordan Peele,
Yeah.
but I figured it was like, okay, I'm doing something else.
Right.
It's hilarious at times.
Really?
I have a question about that movie without giving away too much information.
Yeah.
When you watch the trailer for that movie, the vibe, at least that I got immediately was like, oh, this is a I Hate White People movie.
Is it?
Which is kind of what it felt like.
No,
but
not at all.
I'm sure that's not what that's the vibe the trailer gives off.
No, that's
you know what I
I
mean.
think that's still
not
kind
even
of the premise, though, isn't it?
In fact, what I feel and
Yeah.
what I've read mostly as well is one thing you will be doing if you're with someone after the movie that is like kind of knowledgeable about that stuff, you're gonna have a lot of conversation about it.
Oh, okay.
But it is not the racism that's being put on trial in that movie is not the kind of racism. It's not Confederate racism.
Oh, okay, good.
That's not what they're because that racism is really obvious and just like
and that's why he's being hailed.
Subtle racism, which is the biggest issue in our country. Which is like a small example that has no spoilers is when he first gets there, the dad goes. The first thing he wants.
He's
to
like,
tell
"What up,
him,
brother?" There's something right, doesn't he?
He
like,
does say something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. My man, he says.
Oh, okay.
And then the first thing he says in like their first conversation is, if Obama could have run for another term, I would have voted for him.
Oh God.
What?
That's the first thing you tell this black guy.
Yeah. What?
Like, and honestly, would you tell that to a white boyfriend? No, that's not the first thing you'd bring up.
Is really good, and I think that's why he's being hailed as such a great.
Also,
just a subtle.
That guy, Daniel Kaluuya. Oh, someone look it up for me really quick.
The main actor?
Yes.
I got it.
Yeah.
Quickly,
I'm on it.
my new favorite actor right now.
Yeah.
He's in Black Mirror as well, the Netflix show.
Yeah.
He's in the first season. I don't know if he's on
in something
further.
else. What is he in?
God, he's so good. He was in
Daniel Kaluuya.
Kaluuya,
Plays
right? Cool.
Chris Washington.
Yeah, he plays. Oh God.
What else is he in? Do you
he
know
was also in Sicario.
That's what
He
it
was her
was.
partner?
His partner. That's where I remember.
I
him
love
from.
him so much right now.
Yes,
Between that movie and then I just saw him in an episode of Black Mirror that absolutely blew me away.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy is like the next big thing because he's not in a ton of stuff.
Okay, cool.
But he is the next.
He was in Sicario.
That's another movie for the list.
Johnny English Reborn. Black Mirror, as you mentioned, Skins. I don't know what that is, and then Kick-Ass 2.
Oh wow! Okay.
I didn't know
he's been in
Kick-Ass
a little
2.
bit. Yeah.
He's been a little bit, but he doesn't have a big. It's short.
It's short roles, and that's great. That now that you mentioned
super impressive.
Now that you mention Sicario, the director of those Sicario, Prisoners, and Zodiac.
The
Arrival, and he did The Arrival and Zodiac Killer.
Oh, I love that movie.
Dennis Villeneuve is by far one of my favorite directors of all time.
He's amazing.
His films just resonate with me. The way he directs the crime, suspense, thriller kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
God.
And
Prisoners is the only one I haven't seen all those.
We'll watch that together. That'll be great. Have you seen Prisoners?
Nope.
Okay, so we'll watch that. That's a great film. It has Hugh Jackman in it. So
shout out to Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, shout out to Hugh Jackman.
I cried at the end of Logan.
Yeah, me too.
Keep going.
Me too. So Dennis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors of all time. Old director Martin Scorsese, because you mentioned he does so many good gangster
Taxi Driver
films, and it's so good. Also, I want to just kind of give a quick shout out to Tarantino. He has really great films too.
Oh.
Yeah, Tarantino's good. I like Tarantino's film, his style.
Absolutely.
I haven't really answered the question yet, but that probably would have been my answer.
Pulp Fiction is probably
my favorite movie
in that perfect list as well.
It's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
Pulp Fiction, and then
your favorite movie of all time. You said
there's probably there's probably I could probably pick out 10 to 20 movies of the hundreds or thousands of movies that I know of that are probably in that perfect list.
Yes, yeah.
I'd say Pulp Fiction's in there.
Absolutely. I agree.
That opening monologue with Sam Jackson and John Travolta.
Oh, yeah.
My God, dude. Are you kidding me with that?
Oh, yeah.
The only movies of Tarantino that I don't love are the Kill Bills. Don't care too much for them.
Yeah,
they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. They're just not. I wasn't in. Yeah,
I didn't like Inglourious Bastards either.
Oh, okay. I actually liked Inglourious Basterds.
I don't know
it
what
was
it
just
was.
weird.
It's good.
Everything else though, like I really liked the newest one with Samuel Jackson.
The Hateful Eight.
I love the Hateful Eight.
Yeah, the Hateful Eight was so fucking good. Django was really good.
Django was really good. Really long.
I like Hateful Eight even better, but I did like Django.
Yeah, Django's really really good too.
Hateful Eight felt like a play.
Yes, it did.
It felt like a Broadway play.
Yeah, it did.
A little bit of...
And the angles that he took in, like, this is all, I'm not saying that I'm an expert in any way, but the angles that he took in that cabin scene, like, you could tell that it was just a cabin. It wasn't a set. It was a huge cabin that they were just, like, recording this.
Shout out to El Dorado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Yeah, two really good movies.
Yeah, well. Dude, see, that's what I'm saying. Tarantino is another great director. But Mason, what are your favorite director of all time, and maybe like a favorite director of like recent
I'm obviously not the movie buff.
Yeah,
that you
neither.
It was never my preferred type of media to consume.
I get that.
But I would probably go Tarantino. His movies always really stuck out to me because you can tell if I made you watch a movie and gave you 3 directors to pick from, you're always gonna know which one's a Tarantino movie.
Exactly.
Even if I didn't give you a multiple.
He has such a like style.
It's very influenced, obviously, by like old I don't want to say Japanese
spaghetti
movies.
westerns,
like spaghetti westerns, like samurai films, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very obviously influenced by that.
Yeah,
they're just so
the dialogue,
and they're so fucking over the top.
That's the thing too for me. Like my favorite thing about Quentin Tarantino is him as a scriptwriter.
Yes,
and that just comes from my biases thinking. I feel that script is the most important part of any film.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that.
I feel like it can make a film or ruin a film quicker than anything else.
Absolutely.
I think the way
his scripts are something else.
I think that alone makes him my favorite because he's that unique. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of directors where you can point it out. Oh, that's fucking.
You can distinctively tell his style.
Movie. Yeah. I think El Dorado. I heard, and it's going to be totally wrong. Don't quote me on it, but I heard someone mentioned the budget for that movie was like a couple $1,000s, and they had like a car chase and shit like that. I think I heard Kevin Smith say that.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek. Dude, are you kidding me?
I know.
I grew up on that in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, which was a little bit worse. Had Johnny Depp in it. But yeah, man.
But yeah,
Tarantino for sure is up there.
I love his he holds no punches when it comes to writing and the style. Like they're just over the top gory.
He's usually in the movie.
He tackles like real life dilemmas and like real situations and shit like that.
He's usually in the movie, which I like.
Yes.
Not usually, but he is often in the movie, which I like about Kevin Smith as well.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna bring up also, not a more recent favorite. Yeah. More recently, I can't give you a favorite.
Yeah. Tarantino, I think Tarantino is more recent.
Probably the most recent one.
Yeah.
But shout out to Kevin Smith as well.
Yeah,
Close second. I love Clerks. Clerks 1 is hard for me to watch because it's black and white. And just my age, it's really hard for me to watch something in black and white. But Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob, I mean, it's too good.
Yeah.
His more recent stuff's kind of weird. Have you watched Yoga Hosers on Netflix?
I've never.
Oh, man. You're in for... you have to know it's a Kevin Smith movie before you watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's strange. Okay. It's so strange. It's either that one or another one that has like crazy Nazis made out of sausage. They're called Bratzies.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's weird. He has his daughter in it. They're doing yoga. I don't know.
Okay.
But him and Tarantino are up there for me.
That's cool. That's cool. Absolutely. But that's awesome. Did we? Oh, we did go over the name of it.
Mason missed it.
Mason
missed it.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty good for a podcast. It's nice to have us three back together again.
Yeah, it was fun.
We're being roasted in this fucking room.
Yeah, it's about time. I'm fucking hungry too.
Yeah, so...
Dude, I wore pants because I thought we were going to do it in your living room. And we did not.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no.
Shout out to that.
Oh, shit. No. Yeah.
Shout out to that.
Sorry to let you know we're actually going to be doing it in the office.
It.
Yeah.
Hey,
we're doing it in the office.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys tuning in. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. We, of course, I don't know if you guys mentioned this in your podcast. We changed our Twitch handle.
We did. Twitch and Twitter are both at ZeroHP TV.
There you
Zero
go.
is spelled out ZeroHP TV.
There you go. So, all right.
Wait for it. Wait, don't end it yet. Don't end it yet.
Yeah.